And I'm back. So, the last video, if everything's been uploaded correctly, should be about me talking about modding and the fact, it starts off with me talking about modding and the fact that there's so many mods that just get left in the dust and you have to kind of figure out how to go forward with some mods that just don't work anymore or just don't exist anymore. Then it kind of goes off in me talking about just modding in general, mod list, and what I'm trying to do. So this video is going to be more focused on what I prefer to do with my modded games. We're going to focus around Skyrim, Oblivion, Fallout 3, New Vegas, and Fallout 4. And kind of just center around that. I don't really mod that many other games because I really don't play that many other games anymore. I don't want to play games that often anymore as it is. I typically end up centered around one MMO and then a few smaller games here and there that I can just pick up and play, like maybe StarCraft 2 or Magic occasionally, or just a random game I have, like Heroes of Might and Magic 3. Fantastic game, by the way. But let's just start off with what I do with some of the earlier games I actually tried modding. Fallout 3 was the first game was it? No, Skyrim was the first game I actually modded. It was the first game I got on PC to mod. I wanted to play it on PC, and not because I wanted to be able to do other things on PC, such as spawn more enemies and stuff like that, and found Nexus and started trying to mod things too. I had fun with that. Wait, correction. Nope, I got that wrong. I got that entirely wrong. Fallout 3 was the first game I actually got on PC and modded. Fallout 3 was. So the reason why I got Fallout 3 on New Vegas on PC, and modded it, was not because I wanted to mod those games to begin with. I got both of those games on PC because I was playing on my PC more often at that time. This was back in This was back in 2011, or at least around 2011, somewhere around there. I was listening to an audiobook at the time. That was a fan-made audiobook that involved Fallout and My Little Pony. Yes, Fallout Equestria, the original Fallout Equestria, listening to that. And I thought, well, you know what? Maybe I'll give Fallout another shot. I had played Fallout 3 before on Xbox. I rented it from Blockbuster. And I hated it. I didn't like it. I said as much I didn't like it. And I took it back. And I went back to playing Oblivion. Well, after years, I got it for PC. Got it cheap. I got that in all. I got it in all DLCs. So I think it was the Game of the Year version for like $3. It was on sale. Got it, downloaded it, played it, liked it. Had to modify the game files to work properly, but that was an easy Google image, and then we were done. And didn't have more problems out of it. I played through it once, did everything I could with the main story. I didn't really do any of the DLC because I didn't have them installed at the time. When I first did a playthrough of it, I took all the DLCs and I essentially turned them off. I just turned them off so I wouldn't have to deal with them. And that's how I played Fallout 3 to begin with. And then on my second playthrough, I installed all the DLCs and thought, you know what? I wonder if I can make Power Armor better. Because I wanted Power Armor to actually feel like Power Armor. Carry more stuff, or, be more powerful. So I went through and tried to figure out how to mod. Wasn't very good. I was trying to do it blind on Nexus. Went through, found some mods, didn't understand how to install them, the ones I wanted to install, but I did download the Nexus Mod Manager through Nexus at the time. And I stumbled across some radio mods. So I installed some radio mods and basic stuff. I didn't go too crazy with modding to begin with. Just a few music mods, and I think that's it for Fallout 3. It was just a music mod. Fallout New Vegas is when I went overboard. When I think around this time, I had Skyrim already installed and was playing, and I played Skyrim. And so when I was jumping back between Skyrim and New Vegas. New Vegas is the game I messed up on the most. You see, I had New Vegas for Xbox, but I didn't play it more than I didn't play it very much. I didn't play it really at all. So, New Vegas, I didn't launch it at one time like I'm supposed to, so everything can be set up. And then as soon as I launched it, I exit the game and I modded it. No, wait, messed up again. I launched the game. I played it for several hours. I got to the Strip after doing several side quests here and there. The Rocket Labs, the getting Boone, a few of those little quests here and there. I got to the Strip, and I did a few quests in the Strip, and I decided I'm going to mod this game now, I keep finding YouTube videos of different mods you can get for New Vegas, and I saw a Titanfall mod, letting you summon Titans to drop from the sky. Oh, that's cool. So I began modding New Vegas well before I even got close to finishing the game. And I just never finished. And that's the issue I've had. That's Fallout New Vegas in a nutshell for me. I never finished the game because the base game or any of the DLCs because I just mod the game. And I keep modding the game. Every time I add a new mod, I launch the game, play around the mod for a few minutes, and either keep it or get another one. Keep it or get another one. And I just keep the process going until it finally either the game breaks and becomes unsalvageable, or I just get tired of it and move on to something else entirely, or make a new character or something. Yeah, modding can be a dangerous thing when you, not dangerous, but a bad thing when you start actually trying to make the perfect experience for yourself. Skyrim. I have not been the main storyline of Skyrim, besides the first time on Xbox, because I just have fun modding the game, doing different things, and then sometimes it becomes a hassle trying to get myself back to playing Skyrim to do anything else. When I was younger, it was a lot easier because I could sit there for hours and just mess around with things. Now, it's one of those things. Can I justify playing Skyrim for 3 hours, or should I do something else more productive, or something else I want to do tonight? At least now, with my CPU being stronger, if I decide to play Skyrim and not stream or anything else like that, I can at least watch a movie or listen to something in the background other than the music I have installed. Or I can do one of those streaming mods where it lets you pull something from your hard drive and stream it into the game itself, like the Fallout Radio mod, or I guess in this case it'd be a Skyrim version of it. Little things like that. But yeah, Skyrim is where I started to experiment. Actually, no, was it Skyrim? Skyrim is when I started experimenting more with trying to make an experience. I found Zarek Zaharon's videos around the time he started, before he started making If Skyrim Was Good series. I watched his stuff, one of his Skyrim builds, and that's when I started watching all his content. He used to make some pretty neat character builds. Hasn't done them in years. I don't think he's going to do them again unless you personally pay him a lot of money. And he might do another one. Wouldn't mind if he did. I actually wouldn't mind watching that content again. But I began to understand more how to install mods and how to do certain things because of Zarek and this other guy. I can't remember the name of it. I'll eventually remember his YouTube name. But he, if you know, you might know him by the mod he made, which is Pumping Iron, which the more physical activity you do in the game and then you rest every day, your character begins to build noticeable muscle mass. And that's a neat little thing. I actually like it a lot. He also made it where you can become smarter from reading books. You know, your speed trap goes up by reading books, which I thought was hilarious. And I still use that mod every day. So every time I play Skyrim, I use that mod or version of that mod. So if you know who I'm talking about who made that mod, good. Go watch his content. He's actually the one who, with his videos, show me how to get everything up and running and how to install everything, and eventually became muscle memory over time. But when I first started doing Skyrim, it was just me testing things out, trying to see what could work. I downloaded Lord of the Ring mods, the Mines of Moria, which didn't have any enemies in it, and it was kind of my followers got stuck outside. Coin asset changes through the Steam Workshop. All kinds of random little things. Castles that had nothing really going on with them, but it cost a lot of money. Player homes here and there. Nothing really major. I just downloaded a bunch of mods and played with it. I played with the predecessor to Hearthfire. There was a mod that existed that was pretty much the Hearthfire prototype. Wasn't made by anyone but Bethesda, but you can. I have to find the mod again. But it essentially what Hearthfire did with how you could get materials to increase your house or to add extra to your house and build the house in general. There was a mod that did it before it, which was neat. Neat little player house. But most of the mods early on were just a few story mods here and there, and that was about it. It wasn't until Legacy of the Dragonborn came out, and I started trying to play with that actually started to get more selective with my modding. Of course, you know, me being very young, well, not very young, but at least 19, 20, 21, I did what most people would do and download a bunch of the weird mods that you don't advertise to people. I downloaded a bunch of those just to see what I could do with them. Got bored of that and just went around just doing what I wanted to do, which was play the main story with a bunch of weird magic. Having just fun. I went through and found a particular mod I wanted to try, which was a Berserker mod. I was watching a lot of anime at the time, the original Berserk anime, and Claymore, and I wanted to use a two-handed sword in Skyrim that I could cleave people with. I found the Berserk build, or a Barbarian Overhaul. Either Berserk Overhaul or Barbarian Overhaul. But I took the two-hand weapons and made it so much better. It gave you passive cleave. It gave you the ability to execute enemies. It gave you a chance to execute enemies below a certain health threshold. Didn't matter how much health they actually had. If they hit a certain percentage of health threshold, you had a chance to execute them. The lower their health was, the more likely you could kill them. Added a lifesteal mechanic essentially, where if I was able to trigger and execute on someone, a percentage of the remaining health would be given to me as healing. Stuff like that, just fun. Unfortunately, it was a straight up overhaul that affected NPCs too. So NPCs could do the same things I could do. I didn't realize this until well into one of my playthroughs, and I just got raffle stomped. Because I attacked one. I had adventurers and travelers. This mod's old. I didn't realize how old it was until I just remembered it. And I decided to attack a group of adventurers because I figured, why not? I want to see how strong they are. Attacked them, and I killed the healer quickly. Killed the sorcerer. By that time, the two-handed weirder had close distance to me, and I got one shot. My health went from like 700 something with all the extra armor on me to dead in one hit. So they had the same skills I did, if not better. It was nice. I like when I get surprised like that. Ornator was some other more advanced mods beside the Legacy of the Dragonborn, which to me I feel like works better on original Skyrim than it does anywhere else. But Legacy of the Dragonborn to do more collecting stuff. You know, the choose your basically the living a life mod, stuff like that. Just little things like that. The original version of the NPC over the NPC, immersive NPCs, stuff like that. I didn't really do that. I didn't really add that many questing mods in the original Skyrim. I did add some vampire mods though. Did do some vampire mods, which were interesting, I guess. I wanted to do this massive Dawnguard vampire central gameplay, and I just never got that far into it because I downloaded these mods and just trying to level up to do any of this stuff and test out the spells. It's my own fault. I had way too many things that I wanted to do that I didn't do any of it. Summoned a lot of dragons. That was one of the mods I downloaded, which let me summon a bunch of spells, and I've had enough gold to buy a dragon. Summon some dragons to fight for me. Unfortunately, they're just dragons, so summoning a dragon to fight a dragon, you know how that goes. Not ideal. Jump forward to Fallout 4. That comes out. It does this thing, and that's when I kind of I get bored of modding the most because I'm trying to get mods to work the way they're supposed to. But most of the mods on Fallout 4, they say, "Oh, we do this, this, and this," but they don't. And Fallout 4, relies so heavily on the modding, on other mod authors to do things that some mods just cannot work at all unless you have like 6 or 7 other mods that do the heavy lifting. I know that's what most mods are now, the more high-tech ones, but Fallout 4 is where I really started seeing this, and it was just ridiculous. You want you want to add a new layer of crafting to the game. Well, in order to do this, you had to download this one mod that changes how the rules of the crafting system works for Fallout 4. Then you download this mod, which adds the materials to the loot list. Then you add this mod, which makes it where even though the materials are not in the loot list, they are now able to actually work in the loot list, and so on. Because Fallout 4 was where everything just was broken. It took them, it took almost, 8 years to get almost 8 years, give or take, I guess, to get a skill tree, get a skill system, a leveling system based on Fallout 3 in New Vegas that actually works properly. That's ridiculous in my opinion, but this is how hard-coded Fallout 4 was, and that every time someone worked on something, they did an update. The Christian Club looks like it's actually dead now, so we don't have to worry about updates, hopefully in the near future. But I'm sure if there's the second season of Fallout TV show, Amazon show comes out, they're going to update Fallout 4 again. Break more mods. But yeah, Fallout 4 has a lot of, to me, mod bloat. Most of the mods I have for Fallout 4 don't actually do anything on their own. They're required to get other systems up and running. Skyrim still has mods like that too, but I don't have nearly as many as I do for Fallout 4. Skyrim Special Edition is what I'm currently messing with because it's the newest version of Skyrim, minus Anniversary, which I might eventually download that. I don't know. I still don't have Anniversary Edition installed. But I might at some point. Anyway, but it's where I really started focusing everything on. The only limitation I've had with Skyrim Special Edition has been my CPU for years. Well, now that problem's solved. So can actually play. I can actually use the more advanced mods I've been trying to get working before. Sorry, the more advanced mods I've been trying to get work properly. I can now do it and not have a problem with it. So, what exactly kind of mod list have I been working with? Well, Skyrim was just more me just adventuring, trying different things, just to see what I could do with different mods, testing spells, and just having fun. Fallout 4 had started slowly becoming a focal point of what I wanted to do, which was just a bunch, and I do mean, let me see what's going on here, so weird shit's going on. Oh, goddamn. More jobs. Great. Sorry, Fallout 4 has just a bunch of. It's where I started focusing. I wanted to make it a horror. I want to make it a horror-based game. I started trying to do some of that towards the end of me playing Skyrim, and it just didn't work out that well. Besides Skyrim Underground and Bring Out Your Dead, a few other mods, I started making Skyrim to more of a darker game with the vampire stuff, but never really got that far into it. Fallout 4, it was when I found Whispering Hills, I started to actually start making the game scarier, more combat oriented, less mechanic based stuff, because face it, Fallout 4, it's just mainly a combat simulator anyway. I started downloading just War for the Commonwealth, patrol mods, different fighting mods, perk overhaul, trying to get some perk overhauls that didn't just straight up make the game too easy. Just new stuff, making NPCs to help me fight back things, robot mods, anything and everything I could think of just to make the game harder, feel darker, and more bleak. And for a while that worked. Still works whenever I play it now. Skyrim Special Edition, to me, is easier to make into a dark, scary game because it's the game. You can make Skyrim into the dark fantasy. Anyone who says Skyrim is a dark fantasy doesn't know what dark fantasy is. Skyrim can be made into it though, and that's what I've tried doing. Keyword tried doing. I don't do it often. I don't do that much anymore because it just I like the ability to turn it into that when I want to, and I do that with a few of the Draugr mods. Draugr mods that Draugr Rock? Yeah, Draugr Rock, that causes the bunches of Draugr to spawn and start killing everyone. And then the Walking Draugr, which is if any kind of living humanoid dies, they can come back as a Draugr to kill someone, to be hostile, and then they can continue doing this. And if you have hateful winches installed, the Draugr will summon hateful winches to do combat with them, which is very bad. And the only way to keep the Draugrs down permanently is to stab them with the holy shivs, which you need to find the vendor that sells them first. So, it can become very bad. The game becomes very dangerous very fast. And you can go from a matter of minutes, you can have an entire town just converted into Draugr coming to kill you before you even know it. I tested it by activating it outside when I was standing outside Whiterun. I saw a bandit. I saw where a bandit was going to go do something, and this seemed like it was going to happen every time I hit reload the save. So I activated it, watched him go attack someone. A guard runs up and kills him, and then he resurrects the Draugr. Then I backed off and ran into Whiterun. I waited there for about 20 minutes. I came back out, and the guards in front of Whiterun, I'm actually trying to hold back like 50 NPCs that were in a small town that I added through mods to the front of Whiterun, and they were losing bad because the Draugr just never stayed down. That's with the base saving, the base settings of the game of the mod. You can make it where there's a 50% chance the driver get back up. So you missed the head, they got back up because you missed their head, stuff like that. Having everything rely on the holy shiv to stab into someone kind of makes it not that fun. Makes it more deadly, but makes it not as fun because now you're dealing with something that you cannot beat. Yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of the mods that made first Skyrim become darker, I haven't been a run on Skyrim Special Edition, and it wasn't until just about now I realized that I should probably look at some more environmental mods because I can run them now. I might just do that after I get done with my little project with an old mod I'm trying to get working. I am gonna try to go look at some environmental mods and just make Skyrim a darker place to live. I would love to reinstall. I might actually go through and just reinstall one of the snow mods that make all Skyrim covered in snow. I like that. Nice cold, bleak atmosphere. Everything's covered in snow, and there I am just fighting off zombies. Yep. I am hoping that when it comes to, if I do get Oblivion Remastered at some point, I'm probably gonna just make that more of an adventure mod, adventure-based game where I add a bunch more dungeons and just play dungeons and just have fun doing magic. Oblivion quests are fun. It's gonna be dungeons and quests for Oblivion. I have a few quests installed for Skyrim like I do for Fallout 4, but I don't know. Different games give me different feels of what I want to do. Fallout 4 makes me want to just never stop, just have a never-ending gunfight, and just be in constant combat. Fallout New Vegas makes me just want to experience the world with as much extra stuff as I can, whether it's good for me or not. Fallout 3, I just want it kept the same way. With a few changes, a few very minor changes here and there, like they don't keep the Nuka-Cola bottles and refill them with other liquids. A few extra weapons, different kinds of weapons here and there. Maybe a quest or two that just easily fit in, don't add too much new areas to the game, if any. Then you got Skyrim Special Edition. Well, you got original Skyrim, which was more my testing bed to just do little ventures and do player housing and whatnot. And then you got Skyrim Special Edition, which I treat like I want to do everything. I want to do everything, but keep a certain theme to it. It's difficult for me to explain because I never really thought about it. But yeah, hopefully I can get everything working for Skyrim here soon, and then I can show y'all exactly what I'm talking about when I want to have an external experience. Plus, I need to install I also need to install a massive gold sink, or find some better way to do my money. Maybe gambling. I'll figure it out. Anyway, have a good day. Bye bye.